This is the WASD and Beyond podcast. And welcome to another episode of the WASD and Beyond podcast. This is your musically inclined host today, Matthew. Join with me always is my co-host, Nick.
Yeah, I'm not so musically inclined, though.
No.
I can yell into a microphone pretty decently. You used to be able to. Now I'm too fat. I'm too fat and old now to do that, so I'd probably fucking have an asthma attack trying.
Whenever I try to, just for fun, and I try to do vocals, I just get like a blistering headache, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm done. I'm over this. I don't care anymore.
That's why I never practiced.
Yeah.
during band practice, they're like, come on, dude, you gotta do something. I'm like, okay. That's it.
Yeah.
I'll do it at the show. Like, no, I'm good, dude. I'm fucking good.
No, I remember that.
Yeah, dude, I'm not fucking giving myself a headache to go home and try to drink beer on top of a headache. That's not fun. That's
No, it's definitely not. Well, let's start off with how's your week been? What you been up to?
Yeah. So week's been okay. Still nothing. Still in quarantine again. So today I transcended into full dadhood and I built a lawnmower.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I tried hopping on PC to play Star Citizen with Evan and Elliot. That was okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went outside to have a cigarette and I fell asleep in my lawn chair until 10:30 at night.
Of course you did.
That
Of
was
course
at
you
7
did.
o'clock. So I was
Nice.
sleeping outside and I probably got fucked in the mouth by a bird. I don't know what happened. I'm at a loss for words with myself. I'm disappointed in myself. I'll say that
Why?
much.
Because you took a nap outside? It was a nice fucking day.
I woke up and I was like, help me, please, God. I like chugged like 3 bottles of water. I was like, what the fuck, dude? My dogs were like, luckily they were inside the house. Mm-hmm. So like none of them.
You wouldn't have slept if they were outside with you.
No. I just like woke up and I was like, oh. I was like, it's dark out. What the fuck did I do? I was pretty disappointed in myself. Dude. I was like, God damn it, dude. I was so pissed off.
You were transitioning quite well, my friend, into dadhood. We just gotta get you to start tucking your shirt in constantly with the belt. We gotta get you some good old sex offender 7s, and yeah.
I'll borrow them from Kyle. He's got a pair of sex offender 7s. he's already 2 steps ahead of me in that game, dude.
Oh yeah, no, he's been on the fucking ball with his dad game.
Fucking lucky bitch. How's your day been, dude? How's your week been?
Yeah, it's been all right. Not a whole lot been going on. Just been, went back to working and shit like that. So, yeah,
Right.
not a whole lot for me. I bought a new bed
for anybody. Yeah, you did that today. Yeah, that was
Yes,
cool.
I'm fucking excited. I'm sick of that fucking thing. Look
Long
at it.
overdue.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's trash.
I hardly fit on it, being 6'1". So I am very much looking forward to an upgrade. But yeah, other than that, I haven't had anything going on. It just
same old bullshit. It's pretty much about it.
Yep. So with that being said, let's actually get into the nitty gritty. And
We're actually getting into the nitty gritty pretty early on in the episode.
Well, our little like weekly news, I guess you can call it now.
Yeah. There ain't much going on in the real world for us though. So
No, there's really not a whole lot to talk about, other than like I might buy some new drum stuff soon. That's literally that's my excitement.
My excitement is I'm getting prepared for fucking Mother's Day. Just trying to buy my fiance whatever I fucking find online, and I just don't stop buying shit.
I forgot about Mother's Day. Fuck.
Next, it's on the 10th.
I gotta do some shopping.
Maybe we'll do like a Mother's Day type episode.
How the fuck are we gonna do a Mother's Day episode?
We'll figure it out.
Literally, I can guarantee you there are zero moms who listen to us.
That's fine. We'll just make the episode about hentai.
How does that have anything to do with Mother's Day?
Hentai moms like tentacles. Have you not watched hentai?
I am so over this conversation. I have.
Okay,
You
so-
have forced me to watch it with you.
Okay, so the moms in hentai like tentacles. I.e., moms in real life like tentacles.
No, they don't. It's a
don't?
Japanese fucking erotic cartoon.
I don't know, man. I think we're on different pages here.
We are 100% on different pages here. There is no hentai for Mother's Day going on here. I swear to God, if I see you on social media, like just like hashtag hentai for moms or shit like that,
Tentacles for mom.
I'm gonna be very
Whoever
upset
listens
with
to this
you.
episode, please fucking hashtag tentacles for mom this Mother's Day.
Tentacles for mom.
Tentacles for mom. I want to see at least 3 hashtags.
Don't
least
do
3.
it. Do not
Please
do
do
it.
it. Looking at you, Jay Priest. Looking at you, baby. Please do it. Or Jerry. Jerry, do it. You done with this conversation yet?
I've been done with this conversation. I was done the moment you brought up hentai.
Like, get into the news, please. God, everyone's waiting. I'm waiting.
All right. Fuck off. All right, let's go ahead and start with Rainbow Six Siege. So last week we talked about how they added like this big controversial big update, right?
Right.
They buffed a lot of people, they nerfed a lot of people, they were changing shit around. Actually quite substantial compared to like how they've handled things in the past. But what is interesting is that not even a week later, or about a week later, they've actually updated again. So they realized that the operator Ying is too fucking good because they gave her another Candela. So, you know, you just continuously flashing and blinding the fuck out of everyone.
That's
They
so
upped the
annoying.
damage on one of her guns, and then they also gave her smoke grenades, which in a competitive sense is actually a pretty big deal, especially since you can throw like her candelas into the smoke and still blind people, even though people aren't even able to see it. So kind of a big deal. A lot of people weren't too happy about it, but it is interesting seeing Ubisoft actually within a week making changes. They reduced her candelas from 4 back down to 3 where it was. They kind of agreed, just like the rest of the community, that it was just a little bit too much, right? But the interesting thing here is that it took them a week to fix it, whereas in the past, every time they broke something and like made something too strong, you had to wait like 3 months for the next content or the next
Right.
next content update.
Content Matt here. No, that's
So-
awesome. Good on you. Good on Ubisoft, dude.
Right. So I'm kind of okay. I see that was part of my worry was like, hey, if you're gonna start fucking around with stuff like majorly,
Be
and
prepared
you're
to fix
only and you're only updating and fixing it every 3 months or so, like that's not the way to go about it. But
Yeah.
this once again, this is the first case of them, from my understanding, doing something like this and reacting so quickly to the community. So kind of cool.
That's
you know?
great.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome, dude. It's cool seeing them try shit, and then okay, the community hates it, and we're actually noticing that it's not working out. Let's fix this. Mm-hmm. So it's really good to see companies and developers rather taking the initiative to go, okay, let's fix that. Like enough's enough. Like this has to get fixed.
Yeah.
Like I like that. So no, cool. I just don't
Yeah.
want another 300 gig update.
No.
That's
Hopefully
what I
not.
don't want.
Yeah.
I'm running out of space on my fucking SSD.
Speaking of updates, Escape from Tarkov. I'm just gonna throw this one out there because fuck you, it's my favorite game.
man.
They recently just put out their 12.5 patch, which added some
Brightness
quality
and
of
everything?
yeah
Oh,
the post FX. So you're able to
Daddy's
change like
hopping in.
now, yeah, exactly. That's the big thing. There's a couple of quality life changes as well, like being able to heal. You can just press a button and and pay money to heal your guy immediately after a raid. So you don't have to use
Oh,
up your
okay.
meds in your inventory.
Okay, so she's like use rubles or whatever.
Right, exactly. You just pay the therapist and then she heals you. Additionally, you actually get a little more like information about how you died. So like when you're looking at the screen afterwards, you actually get like you can hover over it and see like, you know, where you got shot and like from like what side and stuff like that. So it gives you a little indication like, you know, oh, I got domed from the left side of my head. So okay, you know, maybe the guy was actually over here. So it's kind of cool.
No, that's great. That makes players like me who sometimes don't have everything on my computer calibrated because I'm just fucking lazy.
Yeah.
It makes it easier for me to calibrate Escape from Tarkov and make it look as good as it should for me.
Right. Well, so the thing is like Escape from Tarkov has always been like a good looking game for like their gritty style that they're going for. It's not supposed to be very bright and colorful,
For their budget, it looks great.
right. It's always been pretty good when you're outdoors, but when you're indoors, things get so dark that now you have options to actually change some of those things, and then now you can at least see better down dark hallways, right?
Well, it bleeds when you're in the dark. Like everything blends and bleeds into itself.
Right,
It's
right.
like, fuck, dude. Like, so I've
Yeah.
had to fuck my monitor a few times. So like, getting these changes, awesome. Stoked. Fucking stoked.
So it is very, very nice. I'm excited to put some time into it in the next couple of days here and really get a feel for, you know, like tweaking my own settings and kind of tweaking it to how I want it to be.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna fuck around.
But with that being said, the next patch, 12.6, was announced to be only like 2 or 3 weeks away. So that means they're gonna be doing a full wipe. They're going to
Good.
be doing a pre-wipe event like they usually do for a couple of days, and then they're going to be wiping everything, introducing more mechanics, I'm pretty sure. Not a
Sweet.
whole lot of content from my understanding. They're adding a couple of new guns. They're adding like the 45 caliber ammunition.
Cool. Totally
Stoked
cool.
on that. Stoked on that. They're adding the
Heart
1911.
stoppers.
Yeah, 1911 UMP 45, even the Vector 45. Like, stoked for that stuff. So
That's awesome.
yeah. So for any EFT listeners, you know, that don't know about the patch already, you got a couple weeks to fuck around, and then all your shit's gone. So
And hey, for new EFT players, this is the perfect time to hop in. Right when a wipe happens, that's
Oh,
when I'll
yeah.
be hopping in.
oh yeah, no, it's definitely what I did when I started playing Escape from Tarkov is I waited to buy into the game just a couple weeks before there was a wipe, so that now you can fuck around and kind of get a feel for the game, and then once the game wipes, you start all over again, and you have a better understanding, so it's not as difficult when you're
Right,
actually
absolutely.
trying to go through your playthrough.
Absolutely. No, it's gonna be sweet. So I'm excited for that.
Next, we can talk about Assassin's Creed Valhalla was recently
Very-
announced.
Yeah.
I think like 2 days ago now.
Or do you want me to start this off?
You can go ahead and start off on this one.
So I actually waited until we started recording the podcast, like 20 minutes before, to watch the trailer with Matt. Obviously, it's very hard to say the game looks great. Didn't see any gameplay. It's all cinematic. It's all CGI.
Yep.
But the tone of what I'm seeing looks cool. So if they can keep a tone like that in the game and actually maybe change the Assassin's Creed fucking gameplay up a little bit, because Vikings, they're notoriously like just bigger characters usually. Like they're obviously got skinny Vikings and shit, but like it'd be sweeter. It'd be cool for me to just be like like obviously an intelligent character, because I don't want to just play some hulking moron, but like to be able to like smash through shit and to really like just use Viking rage and strength and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's sweet. I hope to see that. A little nod to Odin, which I saw right away. I was like, oh, there's Odin.
Yep.
He flies away. I'm like, all right, sweet. So it looks like it's going to be cool. I just hope that it's not plagued with the Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty-esque vibe, where it's just like, all right, here it is. But
Rinse
I mean,
and repeat, and yeah.
But I mean, they haven't released an Assassin's Creed in a year, 2 years now.
It's a yearly release. I think it's been a year.
I think they skipped a year.
Did they?
I think so. Odyssey came out like 2 years ago, I think. Maybe a year ago. Something like
whatever.
that. So I mean, whatever. If they took the time with this game, and it is coming on the next gen.
Yes,
Oh,
that is the cool thing about it, is that is one of the flagship next gen console, like next gen games.
Releases, yeah.
Yep.
So that gets me excited because I will be buying a next gen system. I don't know which one, even though I do know which one, because every time it comes out, I fucking go out and buy it. It's gonna be an Xbox.
Because you a dumb bitch. Sorry.
You're a stupid fucking bitch. How's that sound?
PlayStation has always been and will continue to always be better than Xbox.
Time out now. I've heard the Xbox Series X is doing better. It's looking better than the PlayStation.
No, there's
That's what
no
I've heard.
way.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I've heard.
No.
Wrong.
Wrong. You're wrong. Trust me, okay? I know a lot of things, and I can tell you the PlayStation 5 is going to be huge, okay? It's going to
Really
be
quick.
huge.
Really quick, to segue into something different, because this is what this podcast is. If you don't fucking like it, don't talk shit on Reddit, dick.
You're still bringing that up. It's been like 3 weeks.
I don't care.
Fuck that guy.
Dude. Yeah, fuck that guy. I got a letter in the mail, and it said from the U.S. government, and I was like, what did I do? What happened? I open it up. It's like talking about the God Emperor Trump bucks.
The
Like,
God
you're gonna get
Emperor,
$1,200. And I was like, I already got my $1,200. And on the bottom, it's like autographed by Trump. And I was like, get this shit out of my face. Get this shit out of here. I don't want that. I just threw it away. I already got my money. Fuck off. Leave me alone. I don't care. Yeah. Assassin's Creed Valhalla looks cool. The trailer we got looks cool. It's not gameplay. It's not an engine. It's CGI. So take that for what you will. So, Matt, what'd you think?
The trailer looked awesome, like we were just discussing. If the next gen is able to handle graphics to be that good, then I am all on board. But I haven't cared about Assassin's Creed games in a very, very long time. I don't really care too much about this one. It looks cool. I could see. I don't know. I feel. I don't care too much for where the series is right now, where they're trying to do like the RPG style with like the looter shooter and grinding to get better loot and having to grind and be certain level to start doing do certain missions and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm not a big fan of that, but I could see if they really start to, if they dive into like the Norse mythology, and you make it a more RPG like.
That's fine.
Now you have like actual like abilities and stuff like that. Like then it can be tied to like whatever Norse mythology, like whatever
Thor,
god,
Odin,
right? Whatever god you choose to like kind of like follow and stuff like that, you can get like certain abilities to use in combat based on that character, right? So if they went into like a more RPG route, I could kind of see that working, but they're probably just going to continue down what they're doing right now, the Division / Destiny
I hope not.
/
I hope not.
looter shooter style game where if they if I feel like that's where they're going to keep going with it. And if that's the case, then it's not going to be great. I'm sorry.
I'll say it. The new God of War will still be better than this game. I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry.
You don't need to be sorry. Those are straight fucking facts.
Dude, did you play? I don't want to disappoint anyone on the podcast if you didn't play the new God of War. So let's not talk about that.
While I haven't like actually played it, I did get to play it and watch you play it at your house, but I didn't get to do like, I don't have the game. I haven't done like a full run through.
I have it upstairs. I'll let you borrow it.
Well, it wasn't until a few months ago I actually acquired a means of a PlayStation.
Having roommates rules, dude.
Yeah,
what's
I'm
theirs
just gonna
ultimately also becomes yours.
Right, exactly. I'm just gonna keep mooching off of all his shit. He's got his PlayStation in the fucking living room. He's got his TV in the living room. It's just like,
Speaking of-
yeah, go ahead. You know.
Speaking of, I'm dropping the entertainment stand off at your house tomorrow, bitch.
Yes. Because
Yeah.
I'm tired of using. I know that you can't see it with the camera, but right on the other side of the computer, across from the bed, is a old janky filing cabinet. Yes, and
It's
that
an old
is.
cabinet. It's like got rust on it and shit. That's where he hides his weed. Like, what are you
And that
talking
is
about?
currently my TV stand.
Yeah. So we'll talk more after the podcast. That's super personal shit. But I just wanted to say I'm dropping that bitch off tomorrow. I want to
Yep.
get that bitch out of my garage. Hopefully it'll fit my Focus. Anyways, I know you got.
Probably won't.
I'll make. What other gaming news do we have today, bud?
Alrighty. Next is something that we really haven't talked about on the show. This is something that I started to personally delve into because I actually found it kind of interesting. And so, yeah, I'm going to talk about it. So this is esports related, and this is about Doublelift, who, for those who don't know, he is a League of Legends North American professional. And he just recently signed to Team Solo Mid,
Okay.
right? TSM. He had previously been on that team, and he did really good there. He's like, superstar player. Then he left and was on another team, all that shit. He's now coming back to TSM. But why this is interesting is that he is actually dating the president of TSM right now.
Sounds
And
like
so
a bit of
now-
conflict of interest.
Exactly. So now the internet is in fucking uproar about how this is a potential conflict of interest. And
Was he kicked out of TSM though, or no? Or
No.
Did he leave on his own free will?
he left. Like, he got traded to another team or signed with another organization or whatever. He's always been like a shit talker. So like when he initially left like 4 or 5 years ago, his announcement, he was like, it was a video of him like cleaning up stuff in his room, and he's like, oh, look at this trash, and it's his old TSM jersey, and he throws it in the garbage can and like walks off screen. So he basically did like the same thing, but now in reverse, because he left Team Liquid for TSM. But
You have Liquid?
yes, he was on Team Liquid, and he helped carry them to, I think, like 4 back-to-back NC or LCS, the League
wish it
Championship Series, the North American version.
I wish he would have went to Little Caesars.
Oh, I wanted to go to that so fucking bad, but I couldn't find any. I didn't ask anyone because I knew like no one liked League of Legends.
I like
right?
to watch League. I like
Yeah.
to watch League.
Even though it's a tough game to watch and grasp when you have no idea what's happening.
I understand. I understand enough because of you
Mm-hmm.
to where I'd go there and just get drunk and have a fucking good time.
Yeah. No, I definitely would have. Like, that would have been. I don't even care what esport. Please, let me physically attend an esports tournament. I will
Let's
be
hope we
so
can.
happy.
So we can next year maybe.
We will soon enough. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But anyway, so yeah, back to that. So the whole community is in debate about it, and is he calls it an alignment of interest, which I thought was interesting, right? He said that he didn't go back to TSM for his girlfriend. He went back there to join the team, join the old roster of guys that he used to play with, which I'm sure has changed a little bit, but he says that he went back to join that team, and it just so happens that he's also dating the manager or the president. So
I mean, okay. Whatever. Who cares? Like it's
I wouldn't.
interesting.
So here's the thing, though. It's not really like a who cares, because to bring up the counter arguments, if you're on his team and you start shit talking about how he's performing poorly. Now,
yeah.
honey, what's wrong? Oh, well, this guy's being a dick. Oh, well, fuck it, he's gone. Like, I can bench him, I can get rid of him. That's where
Yeah, it
this
gets
kind
scary.
of gets sticky, right? So
Yeah, but you can always get picked up by Liquid or anything like that. Though. So I mean, whatever. At that point, it's like, all right, cool, fuck you guys.
yeah.
Cloud9, whatever.
Another thing, I actually don't have this on the list, but this was something else that since two reasons. pertains to what we just talked about. It's esports news, but it's also going to sort of segue into my next news topic.
Okay, hit it.
There is reports of unnamed Valorant Valorant pros that are claiming or that are trying to get $20,000 a month or more for salary.
The game hasn't even.
It's in beta, and you're telling me that like pros are cool for them. Like if you can convince someone to fucking pay you that salary, like go for it. I guess make your money. But at the same time, like the game is still in beta. We have absolutely no idea how much of an impact and how much it's actually going to grasp and take off as an esport, right?
It can do either really well or really bad. People can
Right,
hate it or people are going to love it.
Exactly.
It's the best of both worlds, Counter-Strike and Overwatch,
Mm-hmm.
right? So people are going to be like, well, this is fucking lame. I'd just rather go watch Counter-Strike. Or they're going to go, I really like Valorant.
Yeah.
Julian's already played with fucking pros. He's in comp. Mm-hmm. He said they're all playing like trash. So it's like they're all playing like shit.
It depends on what kind of pros they are. Are they Are they ex CS pros? Are they ex Overwatch pros? Are they ex Paladin pros? Like
it's a bit of a mix. He said.
Literally, there's so many people just grasping at like, let me be a pro in a brand new game where I can make my own name. Right?
Yeah.
You're not following. You're not following after other people.
We need new fucking players.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see these same old CS players, same old Overwatch players.
No,
I do
okay.
and I do and I don't.
Yeah, because like
But
I still want to.
I see people. I want to see other players rise.
I do
That's what I
too.
wanna see.
Yeah, and inevitably they will. Right? It doesn't matter how good of a CS pro you are, and you
Yeah.
transfer over or whatever like that. And just a short few years, you're gonna have kids who have started and played nothing but Valorant, whereas they are going to eventually outgrow and become better than a lot of these pros. It's inevitable,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like, so there will be new people. There's going to be a whole bunch of new names and everything like that popping up. And I'm happy for that. But at the same time, I still want to see a team of my fucking boys Shroud and Skadoodle just tearing shit up,
Yeah,
right?
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. So Shroud said he would do it again, right? For Valorant?
I think, he said, well, no one's sure because he said he wanted to go pro in Valorant, but that was an April Fool's Day tweet.
Oh, whatever. Who cares? I don't care. I
But
don't care.
but the thing is that he's actually he's playing that game almost nonstop, and he's actually uploading YouTube videos of like how-tos and shit like that. Something he
Really?
hasn't done. Yeah. He's
Okay.
literally like one of his first. He's showing sights and he's showing different ways that you can attack, how to defend them, stuff like that. Where you can use certain people's utilities for like the most effective use. Like, I think he's actually gonna go pro, even though it was just an April Fool's Day thing.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see. I know Julian, my little brother, he fucking Shrek'd on Flam.
Nice.
I was like, ooh. Did you see the video?
No, I didn't. Oh, there's
Julian
actually a video of it?
Yeah, Julian got a 3 tag and Flam was one of them. He was
Nice.
last player alive and he got a 3 tag and Flam was like, it was while Flam was streaming, and Flam went, the fuck is this kid?
Yeah.
Just Julian fucking zipping around. I was like, that's my little brother. That's my little brother. I was so proud. It was a proud moment.
That is cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was one thing that I wanted to bring up was real quick, I guess also Valorant just added a ranked mode finally.
Yeah, Julian, my little brother is playing it. He's been playing it fucking all day.
Yeah.
Dude is stuck in it. Also, I sound fucking so congested from sleeping outside. I am so irritated right now.
You sound fine.
God damn it. Anyways.
Okay, so with all of that being said,
Yes, sir.
now let's get back on track. Like I said, so that kind of segues into the next topic, which is sort of esports-ish related. It's about Twitch. So
Okay.
Twitch has like their drops program, right? Where Escape from Tarkov used it, and it kind of helped blow up the game.
Yeah, Valorant
and
used it.
now Valorant is using it for for beta keys. Well, with this comes the issue of people who are exploiting the drop system, and by running 24/7 bots. So they're playing like all the VODs of their stream and running it constantly 24/7, so that way it brings in ad revenue, right? Like someone clicks on it, and regardless of whether they stick around or not, you just got, you know, a little bit of money for your advertisement. Then on top of that, they're constantly doing this, and they're not even like mentioning that they're not actually streaming, right? They're just using it to farm views and shit like that. Twitch finally, after like 2 weeks of this happening, finally came out and responded and said that pretty much doing so without actually being live to farm views for and like trying to exploit the drop program is against terms of service, and have started banning people now and banning streams for it.
Yikes, dude.
So it's interesting. The Twitch community has been very upset about it.
Well,
It is. Now they're like, it started with some people who like the general idea was like, hey, I'm gonna leave my stream running overnight type of deal. You know, you guys can just leave the stream up in the background while you're sleeping, and hopefully you can get a beta drop.
Yeah, that's whatever.
Right, that was the idea of it, and a lot of them would even like, showcase, they'd like put something up on their stream like, this is a rerun, I'll be back at such and such time, feel free to leave it in the, in the background AFK.
Yeah.
And then of course people are just taking it to the next level where that's not happening anymore. And you would go through the Twitch, and it was just constantly just like 24/7 drops, 24/7 streams, it was getting out of hand.
Yeah,
so,
it's a way to ruin something like that is what it is.
Right. So they finally came out and they put their foot down about it. But what's interesting is that they haven't done that when it comes to fake streams, because that is a problem that Twitch has.
Yes.
People are putting up old VODs of Shroud playing CSGO or whatever on Mixer, and then they stream it live with some like fish scam. They stream it live on Twitch, and it's getting more views than he's getting on Mixer. He's getting like 30,000 views on Twitch, just a rerun of him playing and then of course they're like, using like phishing scams and like, click on this link to get a free giveaway, and then yeah. So
is he not doing well on Mixer?
Probably not, but
he got paid.
This is still right. Well, actually, not necessarily, right? If it's a yearly contract,
yeah.
Same with Ninja, right? It was a yearly contract for like fucking however many years. Let's just say 10 years.
Right.
You're getting paid a couple million per year or whatever. But if Mixer eventually goes under, then your contract is now null and void. You're not getting it the rest of that money. So that contract is only as good as it is, or as long as Mixer's alive.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. Whatever.
Yeah, I think Mixer is definitely not looking for like short term. They're definitely trying to plan for the long term, and I think Shroud's doing the same thing. If he's gonna go pro in or try to go pro in Valorant, that's a great way. That's a great way to help boost your stream, right?
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
That's I mean, he did it with CS. That's how he grew his stream. Initially was just playing and grinding Counter-Strike. And so now he's back to his roots basically, except he's got a few thousand followers as a start, and now he gets to grind back up to be number one on Mixer, which he probably is. Let's be real.
I'd rather watch Shroud all day than Ninja. I don't have a problem with Ninja.
Oh yeah,
I have no problem with him, but
I don't.
Not fun to watch, in my opinion.
Right. It comes down to like their personalities, right? Like it's the same reason I don't like watching Ninja is the same thing as like I don't like watching Dr. Disrespect, right? It's this whole over-the-top persona thing. I prefer people like Tim the Tatman, Shroud, Skadoodle, fucking Dr. Lupo, guys who are just chill, laid back, and they're just fucking gaming, having a good time. They don't have to put on this big, massive show for everybody.
I like Disrespect because he's also good. Not saying Ninja's not, but Dr. Disrespect is pretty good at pretty much any FPS he gets his hands on. So I like that. I like the character. Whatever.
I'm not a Doc fan.
Also, do you want to hear a joke really quick?
Sure.
It's a bit of a play on words. I want you to really think about it, okay?
Okay.
Boner apple tits.
Bon appetit.
There it is. All right, cool. Let's keep going forward. I just wanted to throw that out there.
It's a fucking terrible joke.
You laughed. You fucking laughed though.
I'm laughing at your stupidity for throwing that into the mix.
That's like a dad joke you tell your teenage son.
Right.
Hey, boner apple tits, kid. All right.
And then he's just like, "Oh God, Dad, shut the fuck up, all right? My friends are over there. Stop embarrassing me. Like, there's a cute girl I'm trying to impress, and he's just like, boner apple tits."
Boner apple tits, baby. Anyways, let's get this news segment through.
Don't fucking yell at me. All right.
Fuck, bitch.
And the last two things that I want to talk about are game releases.
Fantastic. What do we got?
So, we have Deep Rock Galactic, which is an early access title on PC.
Which actually works.
Yes, no, that game is incredible. I was just going to get into that. It is finally leaving its early access state and is a full release on May 13th, which is pretty awesome. We've both played this game, and it's a lot of fucking fun.
Not as much as a lot of our guys on our server, though.
Right.
Like some of our friends on our server, like John and like Evan, they're really good at the game. Matt and I are like novice level, but it's fucking fun.
It's
just
awesome.
a fun fucking game.
Right. It doesn't really matter how much, like, how good you are, right? Like, you're playing with hopefully a group of up to 4 people with all different classes.
Played, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. That's definitely how it's meant to be played. And yeah, so it's a cool game as long as you don't hate spiders, because there's a lot of fucking spiders.
Yeah, there is. Good for that team, though. Good for that team. They deserve that.
It's
I'm happy
it's nice that we are finally starting to see results of this whole Steam early access thing. You know, I know we've talked about it a few times, but it's nice to still see the continued success.
Yeah.
Success. Jesus Christ, I am losing my shit today.
We're recording super late. It's 1 a.m, so bear with us here, everybody.
Glad I got a backup beer.
Yeah. I've already gone through 2 12%ers.
Speaking of, I'm actually not drinking Bud Light. I'm having a Heineken.
He's having a Heineken, and I am drinking a Masagave. That's 10%. 10%. Masagave by Founders.
Nice. And and for our final game release, we got an old gem being remade. It is Destroy All Humans, coming out on PC on July 28th is the announced date.
My childhood's back, baby.
Dude, I used to fucking go to the video store and rent this game like every other week. I played that game so fucking...
Non-stop.
Dude, it's incredible. It was so much fun.
It's so fun. It's games like Destroy All Humans and Stubbs the Zombie. Did you ever play Stubbs?
No.
Okay, dude. I gotta find my old Xbox. We'll play it together. Anyways, Destroy All Humans fucking ruled because it didn't take itself too serious. Mm-hmm. It was a fun fucking game, and the mechanics for that game were also fucking fun. The story was fun. It was fun. It was a video game. It didn't take itself too serious.
Right. It was a... For the time, it was a pretty good experience. I remember just like fucking running around. Like, I used to treat it kind of like GTA, right? Where it's like...
Turn people into chickens.
Yeah, like... Yeah, I run around and have like a fucking gun, and you're just like swirling fucking cows in the air and shit like that, just like throwing it at people.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, it's definitely like one of those. It has a story, but it's just good, mindless, numb fun.
Well, the story's fun too.
Oh, definitely. And like I said, it's the same thing with
quests.
Yeah,
like
no
little side quests you could do as I forget the alien's name, but your character. There's a lot you can do in the game. So to see them master it.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll add a little bit of
touch, a little bit of polish.
Yeah, well, that and like a little bit of sprinkles on top.
Right, give us some new stuff too. Yeah. Give us some new guns and some new mechanics that you didn't have the technology for. You know, could you imagine like being able to fly a UFO and like fucking pull shit up with the UFO? I don't remember if you could do that, but
I thought you could. No, you could fly a UFO. I thought.
Can you fly the UFO and like pick up buildings and
thought you
cars
could-
and people and
I thought you
shit?
could pick up like cows and throw cows and shit.
I remember being able to do that like as the alien. I don't remember being able to do that in the UFO.
It might have been in like Destroy All Humans too.
It could be.
I don't remember. I haven't played those games since I was fucking
Like 10, 12.
10, 12.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute, but that's fucking awesome.
Super stoked on that.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Super fucking excited.
You best believe I'm going to be, I don't care how much it is. I'm buying it and I'm playing it, and then hopefully you are too, and then we can fucking review it. Like,
Oh, dude. Without a doubt. Without a fucking doubt. Well, I'll be buying that game. That will be an episode. As soon as it's released, Matt and I will buy it and play it, and we're going to be talking about Destroy All Humans all over again. So fucking stoked to revisit that as an adult.
Yes.
And I'll show you stubs after the
after
episode's
the
over.
episode. Cool.
Yeah, we'll do some watch togethers. With all that being said, all that news, since we are 40 minutes into the episode,
It took a little bit of time. I'm sorry. I had a lot of YouTube deep dives I wanted to get off my chest.
you don't come to this podcast just for straight like fucking topic. You come in for the fucking banter and the video games, obviously. So if people get pissed, I don't care. This episode,
Clearly, hold on. I'm back up. Clearly, you
fuck
do care.
But the fucking Reddit guy, fuck that guy.
Clearly, you do
got-
care
we got
because
flamed for being
you
funny.
are still salty about it, and it's been like a month.
It doesn't make sense why he was mad. I don't like this podcast because they were funny. Well, that's a backhanded ass comment. So you don't make sense. You're a dick.
I'm just
Whatever.
saying.
Anyways.
Like once again, clearly you do care.
Because it don't make sense. Fucking make me
Fucking-
Don Vito.
Continue, whatever.
And, oh, I ran out of beer. God damn you. Anyways, this week's episode is about music. And
Just
the music.
any kind of music.
You ruined my intro to it. I was about to hit it. Fucking video game music and soundtracks, bitch.
How did I ruin it? I was trying to help you.
I was about to. I didn't need your fucking help. How's that sound?
I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. Yeah, no, music and the soundtracks within video game music. So,
Hell yeah, brother.
video game music and the soundtracks from those video games. There you go. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. No, dude, music is super important in video games. It's super fucking important. You either get games like GTA, where when you're driving around in a fucking car, you get to fuck with the radio. You get to discover new artists and have fun with that. You get games like fucking like Kingdom Hearts, Uncharted, where the music is super moody, or just it whatever's happening at that time is amplified by the attitude and the emotion of the music. Mm-hmm. Or you get Tony Hawk Pro Skater, which is essentially like GTA, but it's not.
Because
Where it's just
it has
you're
like
just jamming out.
yeah.
So, but yeah, we want to talk a little about the music in video games that we liked, and that really struck a chord with us.
Right.
So
So you can sort of like break down music like you said into those different categories, right? Where you have like you have music that is impactful and is relevant to the story and what is going on at that particular moment. And then you also have like the music where it's, you know, Tony Hawk or GTA or Madden, where you're using real music from real artists and using it in your game.
Oh yeah, dude, and I like it all, man. Like, I fucking sorry, dude.
I purposely cut myself off early just to see how awkward
You're
it
a
would be
fucking piece
for
of
you.
Do you have anything else to say, you piece of shit?
No, I've lost it now.
You're a dumb asshole. I think for me though, the music I tend to gravitate to in video games is music that really sets the tone for what's about to happen.
It puts you in the mood, right? It gets you invested, right? Like, sorry, we're gonna have to bring it up again. Like Doom Eternal,
It's-
right?
Yeah, it's
like
never not gonna get brought up.
yeah, like
Any of the Dooms, dude.
but like, you know, you hear the music, you hear the mood, and you're like, oh shit, it's fucking coming. Like
Something's happening.
things are
Yeah.
going down, right? Like,
Well, it pumps you up. That's the cool thing about games like Doom. So that music, as soon as something big's about to happen, you'll just start getting these big riffs, big drums, and just like this fucking boost of adrenaline. So
Oh, yeah.
you know, like on the other side of this fucking hill or this fucking hell gate, there's a boss waiting to fucking rip your dick off and force feed it to you. And you have to not let that happen. So it just pumps you up. You're like, fuck, I'm going to kill this motherfucker. Or for me, games like Cuphead,
Oh yeah, Cuphead has had such a fucking good soundtrack, dude.
such an amazing soundtrack. Where it just gets me fucking stoked, dude. And like,
It helps you. It helps sell the on top of the animation. It helps sell that like this is like 1920s, 1930s,
Yeah.
style, right? And the music fits perfectly with it. It helps you. It helps immerse you further into the game.
yeah, it's fucking fantastic. And then when you hit a boss level, the music gets really dramatic and fucking just like deep, and the score gets loud, and it's like, holy fuck, like this is fucking awesome. Like I'm stoked this is happening. I'm stoked that I'm playing this game, and now the music is just getting me more engrossed and it's just enriching the game itself. It's fucking awesome. Another game that really did that for me was Skyrim. I think it was like the first trailer where it just went into that fucking iconic, whoa, wait, like I might not be doing it right.
Da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da.
You know the song. You know the song. You know where it comes from, and you know the game. And then you hear it in the game, and you're like, either with a controller or keyboard and mouse, you're just like, oh god, here we go.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
so
go kill
just
some shit.
Drone along. I'm gonna fucking at someone, and they'll just.
Yeah. But like those, like that helps me as a player get more in just like sucked into the game.
Right.
Good music like that. Good mood setting music.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Two prime examples for me are The Witcher 3
absolutely.
and Divinity Original Sin 2. Both had excellent soundtracks. You have you have multiple different versions of each of these songs that are played with different instruments depending on how you want it to sound. Additionally, it just really helps set the scene. It helps you feel like you're a part of that world.
Dude, absolutely. And then you got games like Uncharted, The Last of Us, fucking Resident Evil. All of that is just atmospheric.
Yeah, very atmospheric and suspenseful, and you're constantly waiting for it to just fucking everything just go batshit crazy out of nowhere.
My favorite shit is like in those types of games, like when something bad's about to happen, like in Resident Evil, like you'll hear like I forget which one, but you're going down corridors and shit, and it's just like a violin, and then something bad's about to happen, and it just goes, and it'll stop. Everything goes silent. And then it just happens. The fucking scene happens. The music hits right back in. And it's like, holy fuck. Not only am I watching this shit, I'm scared. Now the music just made me shit myself at the same time.
Yeah.
Because I'm that fucking scared. And that's what I love about games like that. And the music within video games. Like, people don't pay enough attention to shit like that. Or to the music itself, in my opinion.
No.
And then, like we were talking about, you got games like Grand Theft Auto, you got Tony Hawk Pro Skater, fucking Fallout.
Fallout had some pretty good.
Disregarding Fallout fucking 76.
What are you talking about? It's fixed now. It's amazing. Not really,
Is
but
there a fucking radio in the game? No. I don't believe there is.
I honestly don't. I think there is. I don't fucking
I don't know.
know.
Fuck that game. And fuck Wastelanders. It's not good. Anyways, with games like that, it's cool because you get to choose your mood.
Right.
Like, Tony Hawk has a bunch of punk, dope ass hip hop, like MF Doom. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, that's fucking sweet. Like, that's awesome. And GTA, fucking all the way from death metal, black metal, to fucking hip hop and country.
And then probably
50s
like K-pop at this
classics.
point. Yeah.
Yeah. Danny Brown on GTA did a fucking hosted a radio station. That's sick.
Yeah.
Like it's cool that music is that appreciated within video games. Mm-hmm. To where like they're doing shit like that. you know, and again, I love atmospheric music. I love that like moody music that really sucks you in. But it's really like playing those games though. I don't think it would work as well because you're doing your own thing in most games like that. Mm-hmm. Like with the exception of a game like Skyrim, where it's obviously I'm not gonna play Skyrim and bump fucking Snoop Dogg. That don't
Fuck
make no
you.
sense.
It does make sense. That sounds incredible. I'm
Okay,
gonna I want to be flying on a dragon, smoking a joint, listen to Snoop D-O-double-G.
There you go. You
I almost
fucking
fucked it
white
up.
piece of shit. You fucking so white. You almost fucked that up.
I immediately went D-double-G, and I'm like, fuck, no, that's wrong.
Let me get my signs up. How can I do the hand thing they do?
I'm too white. I can't do that. I know my limits. Okay.
No, but like, you know what I'm saying though. You know what I'm trying to say is like, for those games that works fantastically. For games like again, Uncharted, Last of Us, Elder Scrolls, and most of the Elder Scrolls series, that like super moody music really helps to like pull you in and just grip you. Where games like Resident Evil and like horror games itself, like Silent Hill, like that atmospheric moody music really can make or break a scene for me. It really could.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean. Music it's weird, right? Like you can sometimes, like if you're playing a game, you can push back, like you can push past like bad mechanics, right? You can overlook certain things. You can never overlook a bad soundtrack.
No, absolutely not. You
Absolutely not.
remember it. You remember it. But to keep talking though about a lot of different forms of music and video games, I think one of the most standout styles in video games is like the iconic themes, right? Mm-hmm. So,
Oh, yeah.
And I can't picture any company doing it. Not picture, but I can't think of any company doing it better than Nintendo. Really?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
Super Mario, Metroid, fucking Zelda. You know when a Zelda game pops up. Mm-hmm. You know when Super Mario pops up. And even in Zelda, like, playing any of the ocarinas, like, all those songs, like Song of Time and, like, in Majora's Mask, either reversing to go into the past 3 days or forward or just, like, fast forwarding a bit, like, it's specific songs you have to play. So like those songs get stuck in your head and you never forget them, really. You really don't. Mm-hmm. But like Nintendo wasn't the only one to really do that. I mean, you had fucking PlayStation with, and in my opinion, one of the best was Crash Bandicoot. The first Crash Bandicoot fucking theme. That was fucking fantastic. Metal Gear. Like, those games fucking ruled. And then Xbox with Halo.
Yeah, I was just about to jump to that one.
Like, you know when you're loading up a Halo game.
Can we just talk about Halo 2 for a second when they introduced the guitar to the fucking soundtrack? Oh. Oh my god.
That fucking riff was, and it was iconic.
Yeah, no, you hear that and you're just like, that's fucking Halo.
You never forget those iconic moments in video games. Like, you fucking truly never do. And
can I throw another one in the ring?
Absolutely. Please.
It's not like quite like the overall, but in terms of like specific, the Pokemon music for once you engage in a battle. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. You never forget that shit, dude.
No.
You just don't. It's always fucking there. Like, and it's fantastic. Like, those iconic themes. Every time I load up, like, when I go to play, like, Super Mario. Yeah. It is so calming and brings me back to a place when I was young. When I was, like, a fucking kid, dude. Like,
not calming, because you get to the underworld, that and it's just pure anxiety. Yeah, it's just anxiety the entire time. Just like, fuck, I gotta get out of here.
But like, those moments really changed. It changes a lot of the game. Like you don't forget it. Obviously, you got your style of game. You got how the game looks and how it's played and all that. But like, a good soundtrack is always going to be a good soundtrack.
Right.
If the game is shit, and I want to get into a very divisive game here in a moment. But if a game is shit in people's eyes, but they still like the fucking soundtrack, that's still saying something. That's still saying something.
Yes.
And
I can agree with that.
it's fucking dope. It's fucking dope. And not only video games, but like, and I wouldn't really call this music as much as it maybe just noise. But when you loaded up the original PlayStation or Xbox,
Those was the most it was the most stressful time as you're waiting for the fucking, you hear the for the PlayStation and you're just like, oh, come on, yes.
dude. But like those sounds itself, it was just such like, I just got off school, now I'm home. Either I'm watching Toonami or I'm loading up fucking PlayStation 2 to play Grand Theft Auto 3. Like or Metal Gear, like. That's fucking sweet, dude. Like, as soon as you hear those, like, fucking systems boot up, they sound like fucking wind turbines. But then, like, through your speakers, you hear those fucking noises, like the system noises, like, the actual, like, audio. And it's like, whoa. Like, the Xbox, like, like I don't know how to do it, though. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
the Xbox 360, where it's like, But even the Xbox had its own little fucking noises it would make, and I'll never forget that shit.
I just think about, I think of the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2. I wouldn't say the PlayStation 1, the original PlayStation, 'cause I don't fucking know what it's called, to be honest.
PS1, bro.
Yeah. I always compare them to those old VHS, like the THX fucking intro, where it's just like, dude, coming soon, just like fucking, you're just like, oh my god, turn it off.
Well, the game is like quiet in comparison, and you're sitting there like, all right, cool, load up my system, you're like,
big,
you're like, whoa, what the fuck? Fuck. But like, yeah, dude, definitely like the iconic games soundtracks, or not soundtracks, but like the songs from those games.
Right.
It really set the precedent for, hey, this is important. Like, you should be also conscious, and you should care about your songs, your music, and brand yourself. Really, like, it's a form of branding. Like Super Mario theme, that's a fucking brand within itself. You can't use that without getting sued. Like, you can't use the
No,
Legend of
you
Zelda
cannot.
without getting sued. Halo, that's a brand. It's branded, but it's so
trademarked.
important.
Yep.
Yeah, it's important though. Like, it makes you remember those games.
Can I segue into games with like real life music as their first soundtracks?
Well, like Tony Hawk and GTA.
Tony Hawk,
Fallout.
GTA.
Okay, yeah. So we're going back
what
to
was
that a little bit.
what was fuck? What's the other like? Not no.
Hotline Miami
I
too,
mean
right?
I mean like what's it called? Sports games. Like Madden,
absolutely.
NHL, right? Like, I remember there's quite a few of them that have really good soundtracks. I remember Madden, I think 04.
Yeah.
It was one that we used to, my brother and I and my cousins used to all play all the time, because like that was back when Maddens were good and they had features and shit.
Yeah.
And like I was jamming Avenged Sevenfold and Atreyu on those tracks. It was fucking sweet. And then like Tony Hawk, literally any of their games. Well, we're not talking about 5 here. We're talking about like 1 through 3, like, and then like some of the undergrounds.
Yeah.
You know, where we're not 5 never happened.
Underground is when it got fucking edgy though. The Underground is when it was like fucking like super edgy and like moody music.
Yeah.
Like super like dope ass hip hop and shit.
Right. No, I'm thinking like, for me,
Suicide
nothing.
Machines, Tony Hawk 1.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up. Like literally, that was
Goldfinger.
New Girl by the Suicide Machines
No, New
is
Girl
like.
oh yeah. Okay, yes.
Trust me, I know. Here's
Sorry,
a fun.
my cousin's
Here's
not in Suicide Machines.
I was gonna bring that up. Fun story. My cousin Derek Grant. He's not someone that I've like really talked to or anything like that since I was younger. He's not really a part of the family, but he's technically by blood my cousin. He was the drummer for the Suicide Machines.
And a couple of my other favorite bands.
And a few other bands he definitely filled in for a little while. I think currently he's the drummer for Alkaline Trio, so like that's kind of sweet.
Ridiculous.
But I actually liked the Suicide Machines before I realized that my cousin was in it, right? I remember playing Tony Hawk and like constantly that was my fucking go-to song was New Girl to fucking skate and jam out to. And then right.
Dude.
And then I got a little bit older and I realized my dad had a Suicide Machine CD. And I was like, why the fuck does my dad have this? Because I didn't realize. Yeah, well, that's his nephew.
Obviously,
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
At the time, I'm like, why the fuck does my dad have this? So I jacked that shit. I stole it along with his Pantera Far Beyond Driven album.
That's an obvious.
Right. And then I fucking really got into Suicide Machines. I still fucking love them. Their first album, Destruction by Definition, insane.
Fucking Michigan history.
Right. And then to find out afterwards that that's actually my cousin.
Not second
in
cousin. That's your first. That's family. That's
Right.
actual family. Like
Yeah. So it was pretty cool. You know, that's a fun little segue story. But yeah, like I said, it wasn't. I genuinely enjoy them. I'm not just sucking their dick because that my cousin was in it. I don't care for Alkaline Trio. You
I
know.
love Alk Trio.
Yeah, I don't. So clearly, I'm not biased just because he's my family. Suicide
No,
Machines
but,
was
like-
fucking sweet. But then for like Tony Hawk, also you had fucking like CKY, which was also dope. They were in the third one.
96 Quite Bitter Beings.
Is that
fucking riffing with our mouths.
that was my go-to song for Tony Hawk 3 when I was fucking playing that because
Oh, dude, yeah.
my brother and my cousins and I like we'd all sit around and fucking like take turns trying to figure out like see who could get the highest score without breaking a chain and shit like that and so then we would always just jam that so but yeah no like that's one of the cool things about games like that is that you're able to be introduced into these artists that you may have never heard of, right?
Absolutely. And not even introduced, but like it could take you back.
That too, yeah.
Like I like that in Grand Theft Auto. There's like classics.
Mm-hmm.
There's like like when you're playing Vice City, you're listening to fucking music from that era.
Yeah.
You're listening to like Motley Crue and all that shit, and that's just like you're sitting around listening to Cult of Personality. And you're just like, I'm the cult of personality. You're just jamming out, driving, killing hookers, fucking snorting blow. It's awesome. That's
And you stab every pedestrian that's like, watch your driving, assholes. Like, oh, I'm gonna fucking show you something.
You better shut your fucking mouth, bitch. But like in Grand Theft Auto 3 in the 90s, you listen to 90s grunge and shit like that. 90s hip hop. San Andreas, you're listening to fucking NWA and music from that area. It's fucking and MF Doom. In my opinion, is one of the greatest rappers alive still. Is in a GTA. Yeah, he's in GTA, one of the GTA games. But I know he isn't for a fact in Tony Hawk. And that's fucking
That's sweet.
like, you get to go back and you get to fucking revisit all those artists. And if you haven't heard of one of those artists, dude, you now know a fucking dope ass artist and you're gonna fucking listen to it. Mm-hmm. That's fucking awesome, dude. Like okay, so the divisive game I was gonna bring up, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm gonna talk about.
I don't actually.
Death Stranding.
Oh, the walking simulator. Your favorite style of game. DayZ, Death Stranding.
Okay, bitch. Time out. Low Roar, which is mainly the soundtrack artist on this, is a artist named Low Roar. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Great. When you first finally get to where you start adventuring in the game, the camera will pan out and a song will start. And the song is like super just like moody, and it really sets the precedent for what the game is going to be. And it really puts you in Sam Porter Bridges' shoes. Like, wow, like this is really fucking sad, and this is really like putting me at like odds with what's going to happen. And then you fucking keep moving on, and you're moving past people's like shit they're building in real time, and you hear like Bring Me the Horizon and shit,
Yeah.
and you're just jamming out. I was like, what the fuck is this game doing? But like, it was fun doing that. It was cool to hear low roar pretty much, because for any like big scene, it's gonna be like low roar. That's what you're gonna hear. You're gonna hear that artist, the band or whatever, low roar. And it was great, because if it was a happy moment, which very far and few between in that game, it's going to be very sad shit. But if there's a happy moment, it made you feel like uplifted, and the music just kept you trekking through that map. So people call, like you do, it's a walking sim, but there's a lot more to it, like trekking through the map while playing this awesome soundtrack behind you, keeping you moving forward to continue the story on. And it's unbeatable. That fucking soundtrack is one of the soundtracks that really caught me, and it's one of the soundtracks I wanted to buy on vinyl, just to listen to it whenever I could. That and Doom Eternal, but that got destroyed in shipping, so I will never have that apparently.
Not until Mick Gordon is able to redo it, apparently. I don't know if that's a thing, but hopefully.
Hopefully it'll happen.
That'd be
So,
sweet.
with all that being said, though, I would like to talk about our favorite. I don't have to go too crazy into it, but our favorite, video game music, soundtrack, blah 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 blah. So for me, it's Death Stranding.
Of course it is, because you like to suck Hideo Kojima's dick.
It was fucking good, dude. He
Sure it
even
was.
like Metal Gear, it's fucking great.
Yeah.
So Death Stranding is one of the tops, but also Half-Life and Portal. Those games were really good at giving you tense moments of no music sometimes. You're like, okay, what's gonna happen?
That's the most tense thing, when like the music just stops and you're like, oh god, what's happening? What's
And then
happening?
it's like boom, and you're like, holy fuck. And like with Half-Life, it's a lot of like electronica. Like softer electronica, not like fucking like super like
Dubstep.
Yeah, it's not like crazy, but it's like it's still electronica. And like, oh, like fuck, like what's gonna happen next? Like shit, like each level has its own fucking theme,
Yeah.
and it's fantastic. Not one of my favorites, but a game that I did see get brought up a lot, and the final act of this episode is going to be us talking about what people actually said. But Hotline Miami,
I've heard that it's a really, really good soundtrack, but I've never played the game.
It's really cool. It's fun. It's fun as fuck. Super fucking fun.
Nice.
And I guess for me, I'll leave mine off. Well, actually, looking at our list, we didn't talk about Sonic the Hedgehog and the Iconics. So don't forget, Sonic the Hedgehog has a very iconic theme too. It does.
I can't remember the last time I played a Sonic game,
When you load
so
into Zone 1, I'll show you Zone 1, you'll be like, oh shit, okay. But yeah, man, like those are like my games. That and Jet Set Radio Future. Did you play that?
never even fucking
original-
heard of it.
Jet Set Radio Future, or maybe just Jet Set Radio, but that game was really fucking dope for soundtracks as well, like music. So
Can I just throw something in there? It's kind of like an obvious that we missed,
what?
like Guitar Hero and Rock Band.
Fuck though. I never listen. Before
I didn't really count those as like soundtracks either,
They're
right? Because
fun.
like it's part of the game, you're playing along to it.
those are party games. Those are 100% party games with soundtracks and that you could play.
Right.
If you like that, cool. There's everything under the sun within reason. You can't like play hip hop or anything like that. So it's just like rock, metal, jazz, blues, blah blah blah. They're fun.
Yeah.
They're fun games for what they are. I would never play a Rock Band or a Guitar Hero game unless I was at a party and it was presented to me.
Let me fix that for you. I would never play a Rock Band or a Guitar Hero game.
Okay, so what are your favorite fucking soundtracks in video games, man?
All right. Well,
You piece of shit.
why am I deemed the piece of shit here? I
I'm
don't have the fucking dirt stash. All right. Like
It's strong. It is strong.
it is very strong right now. Yes.
Good for me. This is like Rico Suave.
In all
shit going
fairness,
on.
I do remember when it used to like just be so thin and like
I'm
blotchy.
transcending into dadhood, dude.
Now you just gotta
have
get the
stash.
actual like
She said no.
facial hair.
Oh, yeah. My little brothers
Like-
grow better facial hair than I do. Anyways, let's hit your
Back-
favorite fucking soundtracks. Okay.
okay.
2 hours over music.
So, like I said, clearly Tony Hawk series, just fantastic, fantastic. Specifically, Madden 2004. Specifically, Madden 2004 and NHL 2004.
Oh yeah.
Specifically, those two. The other ones are kind of hit and miss, but those two were fucking bangers.
On the spot. Yeah.
Divinity Original Sin 2. God, I fucking love that game, and I love the music of that game. Incredible. Cuphead is one of my favorite ones. And also you have things like Shadow of the Colossus, The Witcher, Fallout. Those are all like really good, but not quite like up there.
They're not up there with you. Okay. See, for me, like Fallout, I enjoy the soundtrack given the circumstance, and that's another thing we should probably talk about. But like soundtracks given circumstance, by that I mean post-apocalyptic world where it pretty much ended at a certain time period, so that's the music you get from here on out. Mm-hmm. That's what's left.
Yeah.
I like that. Like I thought for Fallout, that sets the mood really well.
Oh,
For other
definitely.
games, I wouldn't say it might though. I think Fallout's a very good exception for that. I mean, I guess any post-apocalyptic game you do, if you were to like add a radio like that in, it's sweet. And that's also another thing we forgot to mention. That could be considered the radios in GTA, the stations that are just talk shows. Those are fucking
Yeah.
sweet.
Like a real radio station would have, yeah.
Right, but in a video game to actually
Yes.
have talk shows,
No,
and
yeah, I
now
know.
where they actually update it and give you weekly talk shows.
Especially when it's like my favorite were the talk shows that were about shit happening in the game, right? And it's just like,
That you're doing, you're causing.
yeah,
Yeah. This madman did this and that. It's like,
yeah. It's like,
I'm that guy.
that was me. All right.
but sorry to steal away your thunder, but there's a lot we can fucking actually talk about when it comes to music and just like the soundtracks.
Also, I want to reiterate, Doom Eternal.
Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. And
No. I don't get me wrong. I like the other. I like the other Dooms and I like the other soundtracks, but I mean specifically Doom Eternal is the
it was a
king.
hard fucking album. It was a
It
hard
was,
album.
yeah.
I listened to it in my car the other day while I was driving around. I was like, holy fuck, it was fucking great. But to play on that, Doom 1993, that original, dude, that's iconic as fuck, dude. You can't not think of that when you're playing Doom. I think about that 1993 soundtrack while I'm playing these new Dooms.
As someone who unfortunately never really played too much of the originals, I don't know. I know what you're talking about, but I don't have that same effect, right?
Ah, gotcha. That's a bummer, dude.
I don't think of the original when I play the newer Dooms. I think of the newer Doom soundtracks because
Okay.
that's just a product of my lack of experience with PC gaming.
I was just
I've
told
only
to
been
sit
doing
in
it
front of
for
the screen.
yeah.
And I was good. I was leave me alone. Play these video games. Okay, mama. I love
Yeah.
you, mama.
No, I came from a household
mom
where
loved me
you.
very much. My mom
Yeah.
loved me very much.
I came from a household where like you got to play video games for an hour or two if your homework was done, right? I couldn't just like come home from school and just play games whenever.
We were just told to fuck off somewhere.
First-
All right, either go roam, do your thing, or just play video games. I don't care. Leave me alone.
Obviously, it started to gear towards that a little more when I became a teenager, but when I was younger, my parents they tried to be involved, which was nice.
This is getting deep.
I'm
Anyways,
sorry, I didn't mean it as like.
did you
I'm done. I was just
did you have
trying.
any more, did you have any more video games you want? Did you have any more soundtracks that are favorites here that you want to talk about? Before I
Off
go
the
into what was
top
the
of
last?
my head, no, because I decided not to take notes for our main portion. Well, I did, but like I didn't have anything other than
You
like.
almost don't have to for this episode, though.
Well, I don't have anything like specific, like oh, here's a diamond in the rough, here's a gem that I remember playing. You know,
I gotcha.
I spent more time on my fucking my news.
Hey, man, it is what it is. Regardless, what I will say is I asked people on Twitter for the podcast for their input. So I got a couple of people, I asked, like, hey, like, what are your favorite soundtracks or blah, blah. And to preface this, what I'm about to say is we didn't go into, like, composers or really anything like that because, like, that's just... this isn't a deep dive episode. This is more of just us talking about our favorites. So you might hear a composer here and there right now with some of these people I'm talking about, but so our buddy Jay Priest, who runs the NDFX podcast and his YouTube channel, which I have to look up and actually give you proper information for that, he brought up Uematsu, which is Final Fantasy, which I purposely did not bring up Final Fantasy throughout the episode because Jay Priest was that's what he wanted to hear. But yeah, no, Final Fantasy is one of those games where that's super moody and atmospheric. Where it's like it sets this grand fucking like tone for the game.
The music is tied to the gameplay, right?
Yeah,
And
absolutely is.
if it's not tied correctly, it falls apart. The game falls apart.
Right. So
Final
that's
Fantasies
that.
have done a good job of that. I can say that, as even though I'm
yeah.
not too big of a Final Fantasy style fan.
Nor am I.
I've played a couple of them and I've always enjoyed the music.
Absolutely.
Especially like the newer ones where it's got more of like the new age kind of synth like electronic feel. Pretty cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Really quick before I go into the next one, Dark Souls. I forgot to bring up Dark Souls.
See,
Those boss fights are ridiculous when that music hits.
I've never paid attention to the music once because I'm just like fucking panicking, like just like don't fucking kill me.
Dude, the music in Dark Souls is fucking ridiculous. And when you hit a boss
It is.
fight, it fucking is insane.
It is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. I will say
So,
that.
I can't believe I forgot Dark Souls. Celeste, a listener, said the original Animal Crossing soundtrack. 100% agree. That's very soothing, relaxing music when you're playing Animal Crossing.
I've never played an Animal Crossing game in my life, so I have absolutely no input on this subject.
I got sucked into New Horizons. That's all I do. Animal Crossing is great. It reminds me of Minecraft music, which I also forgot to bring up Minecraft.
Yeah. Minecraft is definitely a big one. It's very.
Like when you load up Minecraft and you hear the bing, 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 bing. It's soothing. When you play Minecraft, it's really relaxing and just gets you through the game. You're like, oh my god, how many hours has it been? And that's what happens when I play Animal Crossing. So absolutely, Celeste, with the original Animal Crossing soundtrack, that's fantastic. Even New Horizons. KK Slider is my boy. So the Couch Play Cousins were being smartasses and said Spot Goes to Hollywood, which I never listened to, but they're being smartasses. But then they said Final Fantasy VII.
I can see it.
Absolutely.
That is the only Final Fantasy game I have completed.
Yeah.
I haven't completed it. I mean, I haven't played it since I was a fucking kid, right?
I haven't
But
I don't really care about the remake, to be honest.
No, I mean, it looks cool.
I heard that people had fun with it, but I've also heard it's lackluster.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of just remaked games over and over and over. Give us some new stuff.
I just don't care.
I want fucking Cyberpunk already. God damn.
Couple months.
Anyways, not couple months, end of the year.
Shut up. Give us Cyberpunk for fucking quarantine, please. The couch play cousins also said Chrono Trigger, which is a fucking dope ass game.
Also haven't played that.
You're a piece of shit. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. I have to agree on that.
That's actually my least played Tony Hawk out of like the first three.
What?
I know,
How?
right? Because I never bought it. I had one and then I had three. That was it. my
You're such a
parents,
fucked
my
up
parents wouldn't
individual.
my parents wouldn't get me Tony Hawk 2. Okay, fuck off.
You're such a fucked up individual. They also said Uncharted.
Yeah.
Agreed, 100%. Rocket League, which I'm not a big. I didn't really get into Rocket League.
Rocket League is really fun, and they have their soundtrack can be cool.
Okay.
They do have some good songs on there, but as someone who is primarily a metal listener, I couldn't have given
Not
shit
for
no
you.
less. No.
Gotcha.
There is a decent option of like unknown artist type of deal. A lot of different, like tracks from them. So it is cool, but for me personally, I want fucking like blast beats and shit in the background when I'm playing
God.
Rocket League. Like I don't.
I get it.
Yeah.
They also brought up most Zelda games.
Well, yeah.
Most. So I kind of got. I want to ask.
Which one's
they're talking about.
not?
Which
Yeah.
one they're excluding? Because most of them are pretty much the same. I want to say, Wind Waker is different. I believe Wind Waker is different. Maybe Breath of the Wild.
I've gotten
as
to
well.
play. I got to play like 6-7 hours of Wind Waker total.
That's it?
pretty much the only
Did you ever play
Zelda
Majora's
game.
Mask?
No, I've.
Ocarina of Time. Taking applications for a
No.
new host. So hit me
I'm
up.
sorry. What do you want from me? Okay, I was never part of a fucking Nintendo household.
I would highly recommend you at least play Breath of the Wild. Because that's another game I should have talked about. Breath of the
Yeah,
Wild
let me
soundtrack
just
is
go
fucking
ahead
insane.
and buy a $300 Switch so that
you can get a Switch Lite for $200.
I don't. Okay, if I'm getting a Switch, I'm getting the fucking good one. Okay, I don't want the
The
handheld.
one I got is fucking fine.
Yeah, but I want to be able to hook it up to my fucking TV. All right, so that means I'm buying the $300 one.
Do it. You got your Trump bucks.
No, I just bought a bed. I got no more Trump bucks.
$100. How'd you spend $1,200? What'd you on weed and fucking what?
Rent, groceries, internet, water, gas, electricity.
Talking to a man like he don't know what you're talking about.
That's where my money went. And then a
you.
bed, and then potentially the leftover couple $100 I got, plus all of these like prepaid visas I have, will hopefully go towards my drum upgrade. And then that's my $1,200 that is accounted for. So
I'm gonna need all my people who listen to the podcast tell him I have to buy a Switch. He's got to play Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is fantastic. Anyways,
I want to play Breath of the Wild.
boner. Anyways, I'm sorry. I
Boner.
didn't mean that. I don't know. I'm just joking.
Fucking weirdo.
The last game they brought up was a game called Bastion, which I did not play Bastion.
Bastion, I haven't played, and I've always wanted to. I honestly, I think I have it in my Steam library, and I've just never installed it or played
Is
it.
it like Celeste or anything like that? Those games, like type of game like that.
I'm trying to remember. Is by
Whatever.
I know I can't think of it at the moment without just like fucking googling it, but they made one really good that studio made a really good like RPG, and then Bastion was like their follow-up.
Okay.
So I was interested in that. It was actually a game that Angry Joe put me onto.
Okay.
And I just never got around to playing
look
it.
into that. And maybe if the Couch Play dudes hear this episode, they can tell us what we're missing out on.
Yeah.
What the Famicom? Those fucking guys, fucking crazy dudes. Which, really quick, What the Famicon's Nick, because they got their own Nick.
Everyone's got a Nick.
Yeah, posted a picture of himself without a shirt. Good for you,
Ooh,
buddy. You're
nice.
the superior Nick. He's better Nick. He really is. Good for him. Good for him.
Well, you can be tattooed Nick, and he can be hot Nick or
Yeah, but
something
he's
like
got
that.
cool hair too, though.
He can be cool hair Nick, and you can be tattoo Nick.
I used the wrong shampoo in my hair and destroyed what my fiance did to my hair, Nick. Because I had cool hair, it was silver blue, and then I put shampoo that I wasn't supposed to put in it. And I stripped the fucking blue and silver out of it. Now it's blonde, which I'm still cool with. I like my hair.
Good job.
So yeah. What the Famicom said, Hotline Miami, which, yeah, or Metal Gear Solid, any of the Metal Gear games.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
I can see that.
Snake.
Oh!
Yeah, absolutely. No, those games are really great. Hotline Miami is more of like, I would say, like a GTA style like soundtrack.
I have no fucking
I believe
idea.
it is. Where Metal Gear Solid is very atmospheric and moody. Like what's happening is what you're gonna get during that time period. The last podcast, or last people to hit us up, was the Rainbow Road podcast, which, hey, I like the name. I like Mario Kart. So Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts has a cool soundtrack.
Super energetic, super anime, just like fucking hyper and super moody. So absolutely.
Yeah, no, definitely. I played 1 and 2, and both soundtracks were great. I never got to play 3.
Though, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate that they fucked up like what they did with the storyline. Not even like I don't know how the third is. I don't know if it's good or bad. I've heard a lot of bad things about it, but then there's also the Kingdom Hearts faithful who have said that it's really good. For me, it's just like it's so hard to keep track of like what's happening in the storyline because of all of these random fucking side games that are all considered fodder. And if you don't play this random web browser game, you don't know what's going on in the next game. Yeah, it's like
no one bought a PSP. A lot of people I know didn't buy a PSP.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, absolutely, dude. But yeah, I mean, again, to finish the episode off, because we talked about pretty much everything we want to talk about, and we brought up some things that our friends, again, Jay Priest, Celeste, Couch Play Cousins, fucking What the Famicon, of course, those fucking guys, Rainbow Road podcast. We brought everything that we could for this episode. And Matt and I love music. I feel like that's a blanket statement. Everyone says, like, I really love music. Well, no shit. Most people love fucking music. But, like, music was a big part of our lives. Yeah, you got a drum kit right there. It was a big part of our lives for so long, so this episode felt really fitting for us to do. So, yeah, I mean, I have nothing else to really say. I'm sure by the next episode I'll be like, oh, what about this fucking game? And it's
we all forgot about it. Like, literally every time, the moment we stop the recording, immediately we're just like, fuck, we forgot about this.
Every fucking time without fail.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we are hitting the hour 35 mark. So we will end the episode there. And then next week's episode should be fun. We're trying to figure out what we want to do. We have a couple ideas.
We got a few ideas. There's actually one I wanted to bring up to you that I was thinking about during this one.
Oh, like that? Cool. I'm down for that. So I'll go into my goodbyes, like I normally do. Shout outs to Loser Podcast, obviously Jay Priest, the dude with the NDFX podcast and his YouTube channel. Shout outs to the fucking boys from What the Famicon boys. Couch Play Cousins. Thank you, Celeste, for fucking giving us some sort of content to talk about with Animal Crossing. Rainbow Road Podcast. Espionage.vr. Check his band out as well. Vatican, which they are fucking balls to the wall heavy. Fucking dope metalcore music. Who else? Yoloader on fucking Twitch. D-Tune, our boy who made our fucking intro on Twitch. You can catch me anywhere, either Twitch or Instagram at flies.avi or flies.jpg. Catch me there. Thank you again for listening to this episode. Matt, where are we at here?
You can find me on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter at PB Freak 42. I have actually been debating. I have had the same gamer tag since I was 15 years old. And recently I have been debating on if I want to keep it, if I want to tweak it, or if I want to change it. So
Keep it.
for anyone who's listening to this, hit me up on Twitter. Let me know what you think. Should I keep the PB Freak 42 tag? Should I alter it, or should I go with something completely different?
Should he go
Let me know.
towards the route I went with my gamer tags?
No, if I'm going to change
You
it,
said no. Why?
no.
They're
if
funny.
I'm gonna change it, I want something consistent across all of my games, right? That's what I like to do. It makes it so much easier to like add friends on
What's wrong
games and
with
stuff like that.
Sloppy Bukkake?
There's nothing wrong with sloppy bukkake, except I don't enjoy getting a bukkake. So
I don't either,
I
but it's a funny
can
gamer
enjoy
tag.
giving a bukkake, but not getting one, especially one that's sloppy. No thanks. It gets on the carpet and
Try
everything,
calling
and you
Xbox
gotta.
support for that one.
Yeah.
I can't log into my account. What's your gamer tag? Are you serious right now? Yeah, sir. We need your gamer tag. How about email? Nope. Gamer tag. You're really pulling my dick here. Sloppy Bukkake. Click. I'm like, oh, I was serious, but that's fine. I need help. Anyway, sorry about that. I hijacked your goodbyes.
No, that's okay. But yeah, no, that's where you can find me. PB Freak 42, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Actually, I have a PB Freak 42 Facebook gaming page that I've
Cool.
kind of forgotten about.
Yeah, plug that shit, dude.
So you can find me there too, I guess. I never fucking use it, but you know, whatever.
Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Usually
that's it.
mine are a lot shorter. Mine was actually long this time, like yours.
I like to give shout outs to all our friends in the podcasting community. Even
You
Twitch,
do, but
we
we may need to start cutting it down, like
I
just a
agree,
couple
I
per
agree.
episode. You know,
I
not
agree, I agree.
everybody all at once.
obviously Loser Podcast and What the Famicom and JD are staying in our shout outs forever.
I mean,
Or
that's
Jay Priest.
you.
I said
You
JD,
do
I
whatever.
said- yeah, but we are working on a couple cool things. So we've been talking about the past few podcasts. We're just trying to refine it and really make sure
It's-
that it's going to be fun for everybody.
It is all a matter of we have no idea what we're doing, and so when we think of a cool idea, we need to learn how we can go about to do it properly and
yeah,
try
we
to do it.
tackle it.
We don't want to just like start doing different stuff and then just make it fucking a mess, right? So,
So-
it's a process.
There are cool things coming out, and one of them I will just spoil. We are working on a YouTube page.
Yes, where you can
So-
actually watch us banter from our fucking perspective gaming computer areas.
And we have the last few podcasts recorded video wise, so we're gonna work on it and we're gonna release them when we can.
Yep.
So get ready for more content. There's a lot. We're constantly thinking about content to give you guys, and just to like keep growing. So just stick with us, bear with us. We promise we're working our asses off. So
Yes.
as always, we love you guys. Thank you for the support. This podcast would literally probably ended episodes ago with no one listened, in my opinion. But we got viewership. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you guys so much. Again, thank you for keeping WASD and beyond going, keeping me and Matt's spirits up, and through this quarantine is super important. And we hope we're helping you guys out as well. So, yeah. WASD and Beyond is fucking out, baby. WASD and Beyond is fucking out. Fuck that one up. Love you, sons of bitches.
Now the roles have been reversed. Oh no.
What? Fuck you. All right, everybody. It's been real. Your boy Nick is out of here. And what about you, Matt?
Later, gamers.